I'm here with Shakia. Today we're talking about the black market with plastic surgery. So many people want plastic surgery but don't want to pay the money or want something that is illegal, so they go to the black market to get it done. Shakia has been through a nightmare, and it's a miracle that she is alive. She got hydrogel implanted into her buttocks, which is illegal. To get a butt implant, to get your butt to be bigger, the legal way, the board certified way, is to get these implants put into the butt. She ended up getting hydrogel injected into her butt and pretty much almost died. Now, you're at the hospital right now.
Yes.
And they rushed you in, and I know they had to cut you open.
Yes.
Now, they cut you open, and where did they cut your butt
Yes.
open? And what were they doing when they cut you open? What were they getting?
Well, they ran all these tests. They ran MRIs to see why I couldn't breathe. There's the pictures right there.
What is that? What are we looking at? That's your butt?
Yeah. They cut me open,
God.
and they scooped out the hydrogel, and then they stick gauze in to let it heal from the inside out, because if you just don't, that white stuff is gauze, and they stick it in every single day for 4.5 months, almost 5 months.
Just sticking it in your raw flesh?
Yeah.
Okay. So, did you ever hear from that nurse again that did this to you?
Yeah, I called her when I was in the hospital to tell her what was going on, and she told me to go home. She said, "You're fine, you're dehydrated, there's nothing wrong with you, this is normal, and go home, because then if you stay in there, they're gonna investigate me and I'm gonna get in trouble. And everything's gonna be all right. Go home, drink some Gatorade, take your antibiotics, and go home."
Drink some Gatorade?
Yeah.
Now, you didn't listen to her. You, of course, stayed in that hospital.
Yes.
Okay. Have you heard from her since?
Yeah, she contacted me a few times to tell me that she'll finish my surgery. She'll put more in what I had left over. I didn't finish, and she said she'll give me that for free, and she'll put more in for the regular price. She said she doesn't give refunds, but she'll give me a discount.
She'll give you some more. And you said?
I said no way.
You said no. Okay. So now you're at a point in your life where you have left your job.
And
right?
school.
And school. Because?
I just feel like everybody knows. Like, I don't even bring my kids to school anymore. I don't leave the house unless I have to. Like,
so somebody else takes them to school?
I get my groceries delivered to my house. Like, I don't go anywhere. Like, all I wanted was to make myself like better. Like, I didn't even have a problem with myself before, and I just wanted to like better. And I made myself so worse. Like, I was with somebody for 4 years, and they left me because I couldn't be intimate with him anymore.
I hear that when you have clothes on, you feel naked.
I do. I feel like everybody knows, because it's there, like the scars are there. There's huge indentation.
Really?
How
deep did they have to go in to scoop out the hydrogel?
7 centimeters.
What is that, Dr. Calvert? How many?
That's deep. It's a couple inches.
A couple of inches deep to go in. Dr. Calvert, what is hydrogel? What is that? Is that something that is used for plastic surgery?
Well, hydrogel is a very general term. It something like the hyaluronic acid injections that we get for lips and the smile lines. That's all a hydrogel, and there are different types of hydrogel, and the volume that was required in your case was just way too much. I mean, it just
2,500
how much?
cc's.
I mean, that's a crazy amount of volume to put into
She wanted me
any
to
part
go
of the body.
4,000 at one time.
So, oh my God.
This is a hydrogel here, which I brought that is in large volume because I picked it up off the hardware store shelf, and you can see to inject it, it really has to be under some force, and this is what would be injected into, and this is how it would exactly how it would go into a buttock or whatever other part of the body you want to put it into.
And why is this illegal to go into a butt?
Well, it's not illegal to put it into the butt. It would actually be an off-label use. For instance, let's say you took one of the FDA-approved fillers that we all know and love, and people go and get them in their face, and you said, well, I want to do that in my butt. Well, you would need to get probably 3,000 syringes of it to get the volume we're talking about here.
I see.
And the cost of that at, my cost on a cc of that material is about $200. So you're talking about an inordinate expense. This cost about 50 cents.
What do they use that at the hardware store? What would that be for something on the house?
You could use it for any kind of lubrication with a drill. You could use it for anything that you need to grease up and
oh my
move
gosh.
along.
Okay.
So hydrogels are cheap. And obviously there was a massive infection and probably
Yes.
some kind of embolism that occurred. And you know, that's what you were, when you were feeling short of breath, you were either just dropping your blood pressure.
What's an
couldn't breathe.
embolism?
An embolism is when the hydrogel is injected directly into a vein, and then it travels through the bloodstream and clogs up a portion of the blood flow to the lungs.
Oh, wow.
And that kills people on the spot, dead. You're there injecting, and everything just stops.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you for sharing your story, Shakia, because there's a lot of girls that want a bigger butt and that want to do anything to get it. And I think the message is that if it's too good to be true, it is.
Yeah.
And nobody can see it. I can't see it. We can't see it. And I thank you for showing us your pictures. But after today and after this show dies down, and you know, I do a lot of shows a year, so this will be one of many, and people will forget those pictures. And you need to live your life and be strong for those kids. Okay? Okay, we'll be right back. According to the American Society of Plastic Surgeons, nearly 1 in 3 people who have had cosmetic procedures do not bother to check their doctor's credentials before having work done. Savannah admits that she was so desperate to get her breasts augmented that she did not care who did it as long as they got the job done. And that's how she ended up in the hands of a black market plastic surgeon. So, okay, so you went and had the breast surgery done. How old were you?
17.
You were 17?
Yes.
And don't you have to be 18?
Yes, you do.
You have to be 18.
Yeah, I went to England and had them done, actually. I had my boyfriend, he was from England, and he said that he would pay for them if I came to England and spent some time with him.
Wow. And where were your parents? How did you get to England?
My mom, she was totally against the idea. She was absolutely 100% against it, didn't want me to do it. She thought my breasts were fine the way they were. She was okay with me going to England to see my boyfriend.
That's you before?
Yeah, that's me before.
Okay. So she was fine with you going to England with your boyfriend. So you wanted to get your breast done since how old?
Since I was about 13.
That young?
Yes.
Wow, very, very young.
Yes.
Okay, but you didn't, even in England, you have to be 18, right?
Yes.
Okay, and so only a board certified surgeon would touch you if you're 18 and older.
Exactly. And I was ignorant to that fact because I was 17, you know? But I wanted them done so badly. I was just desperate to get them done.
So you knew all along it was not legit. And how did you know it was not legit, this doctor?
I mean, it only cost $3,500. When we went to the doctor's office, it was kind of shady. We found him online. There wasn't really any credentials in his office saying that he was certified or board certified.
So all the red flags.
Kind of red flags.
But you wanted
going
this,
off
so
in
you
my
just
mind.
said,
I just wanted it so bad.
Okay,
you know?
so during surgery, you know, you said it was the worst day of your life. Like there was some anesthesia, but
there was some anesthesia, but the entire time I could hear them talking, but I couldn't wake up to like say anything.
Yes.
And I could feel the incision in my belly button when they went through.
Wait, talk about the belly button, because I know there is an implant that goes through the belly button.
Yeah, the saline implant goes through the belly button, and then what they do is they pump the saline in. So when they were pumping the saline in,
okay, slow down. So they cut the belly button, and then they put an empty bag in the belly button?
yes, they put an empty belly
And they
button,
push it
and
through?
they push it through and
To
then,
this area?
And then the empty bag is in your breast.
Okay.
And then they pump the saline in.
With a tube of stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
And I could feel them pumping the saline in, and it was like a tearing sensation. And I could just feel them tearing. Oh my God, it was, and I couldn't say anything, I couldn't scream. I could hear them talking, you know. It was just absolutely horrendous.
Wow. You said it felt like your skin was stretching. How long did it go on for?
It was about a 3-hour surgery.
3 hours. So then you came to and you saw your breasts for the first time and you took the bandages off. What they look like?
Oh, I was in the office, and before they bandaged me up, I got to see them. I just started screaming at them. What did you do to me? What did you do to me? What did you do to me? I mean, look at that.
It's like a boob on top of a
yeah,
boob.
yeah.
Wow.
They didn't really go under the muscle, I think is what happened. It was just I was just screaming at them. I was like, give me my money back. What did you do to me?
And what happened to the doctor? Where are they now?
I couldn't find them.
You couldn't find them?
There was no way to find them.
Black market. They know how to disappear fast.
Exactly. They set up for like 3 months or something like that.
And then they
change. Disappear.
The cosmetic surgeon that reconstructed Savannah's breast, Dr. Peter Driscoll, is here. So
Saved my life.
he saved your life. So you saw this unevenness, and when you opened her up, was it like chaotic underneath her skin?
You know, it was a nightmare. It was just when I went in, it was basically a train wreck of scar everywhere. I had to remove a lot of scar, some muscle, and some breast tissue just to get her to look fairly normal.
Wow.
So it was just a real nightmare for her.
What do you think about these black market doctors that are doing these to poor innocent people that just really, want to change?
There's no way to get them to stop. So the only way to fix this problem is to educate the public. What is the easiest way is to find out if a surgeon is legitimate. So it's, shows like this to promote awareness to everyone.
It's really important. Thank you for being here. We'll be right back.